Hey, John.
Hi.
Home for about a week?
That's right.
Okay, let's see. This is September the 7th, 1989,
Yes.
Goldsboro, North Carolina. And this finds you, let's see, let's run quickly through your educational career now. After you left Raleigh and Sanderson High School after the junior year, where did you go? And
Well, the family moved to New Bern, and so I finished up my high school education at New Bern Senior High School.
and then?
And then went to Duke for my undergraduate work.
Uh-huh.
Finished there in 1985. I spent a year as a newspaper reporter at the High Point Enterprise. Wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but knew that I was going to return to school. Wasn't sure what sort of school. The one time I thought it was going to be law school.
At that point, you had been accepted at three law schools.
At least yes, I had decided I would probably go to University of Virginia Law School.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote them and asked if I could have a year deferral, and they granted it.
Uh-huh.
I told them I needed some time off just from school, and what I didn't tell them was I didn't think I was ever going to go to law school. So during the year off in High Point, I thought long and hard about what I should do, and settled on study of international affairs and probably going to work in the government or in some public sector form. So I went to the Woodrow Wilson School at Princeton, which is a school of public and international affairs.
There it is.
That's right. I didn't realize that.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Spent 2 years there and got a master's in public affairs. And but during my the summer between the 2 years there, I was in Switzerland thinking more about careers, and I just settled on an academic career then and decided I wanted a doctorate in political science and would, at least for part of my life, teach and do research at a university. And so after finishing Princeton, I entered Harvard's Department of Government, and I just finished I'm just about to start my second year there.
Right.
And I'll have a PhD, I hope, when it's all over, which would be another 3 or 4 years.
Right. So now you have one additional year, the one that you're getting ready to start next week, under the present funding.
Right.
And then you probably will do some teaching.
Yes, and apply for dissertation funding either through outside the university, and failing that, through the university.
Uh-huh.
And this coming year I will be studying all fall for my general examinations in January, where I'm tested in different areas of political science, and if I pass those, then I'm allowed to write a dissertation. So starting in February, if all goes according to schedule, I'll be teaching to support myself and starting work on a dissertation.
How about that? That's great. Now, as you see it from this point, what do you think you'll be doing after you get your doctorate?
Well, I plan to apply for teaching jobs at universities. Just to establish myself. I want to get a book published. I guess that would be my dissertation. And
Fantastic.
after that, if I like the academic lifestyle, I'll just stick with that. But I've had interest in policy making for a long time, which led me to Princeton, and also at Duke I majored in public policy. So those interests are still there, but right now I'm not thinking about that. I think I should establish research credentials. Do that, so I can see within 3 or 4 years applying for a job at a research university, somewhere where I would have time to research as well as teach.
Okay, now let's see, you will be moving from Cambridge, the campus, from the dormitory, Perkins Hall,
That's
on
right.
the campus at Harvard, to an off-campus house.
Right.
That you and how many other guys are renting?
Well, on my floor, it's a 3-story house, and on the first floor, I'll be with 3 other guys that I lived in the dorm with last year.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the next town over from Cambridge, which is called Somerville. It's about a 15-minute walk from my building, and I think it'll be nice. And I know some of the guys that are living upstairs too. So.
Hey, that's good. And your address is 84
Lowell Street.
Lowell Street, right? I just wrote that down on something back there. I forget what it was. Okay, well that's great. Well, your mother and I thoroughly enjoyed our visit with you last April.
I enjoy that too.
Yeah, we enjoyed seeing where you go to school and seeing Boston for the first time. I've never been because your mother lived there as a little girl.
Right, right.
But and we saw Park Street Church that I've heard about, thought about since I was at Duke, and admired so greatly. So that's where you go about half the time, I guess.
Yes, at least. Toward the end of last semester, I was a little short on time, so I would go to the Harvard church on campus. It's very good. And the preacher's a Baptist, and he's been cited in Time magazine as one of the country's 10 best preachers.
Is that right?
A dubious distinction or what, but he was on that list.
That's great. Well, now, let's see, I believe Will Willimon, the university preacher from Duke, preached there one Sunday.
That's right. In April, I think it was.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay, well, maybe we'll get back up to see you.
I hope so. Yeah,
I hope
I'll be
so.
up there for a while. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, across those years, but I'm thinking maybe even this coming year, because I would like to get back.
Yeah.
Okay, now you'll be driving your car back this time.
That's right, leaving Saturday.
Uh-huh. And how many hours is a long trip?
I think it's, let's see, from here to Washington is 6 hours. And then Washington to Princeton, I think it really comes about 3.5, and then Princeton to Boston is another 5 or 6. So whatever it comes to be, 15 hours at least.
So you'll be spending a night in Washington, probably?
That's right. 1 or 2.
Right, and let's see, you have a 1983 Nissan Sentra, right, and it's looks real sharp and drives real good right now. And
it does.
Always driven.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, you and Mother. Fixing it up.
We enjoyed driving it while you were leaving it here, your first year at Harvard and the summers, because you couldn't quite take it to Switzerland.
That's right. Yeah.
So you're going to try it at school and see how it works out.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, that's great, John. We were looking at some pictures in the annual, at a picture especially, a cartoon in the annual of Sanderson High School. Who are those other guys in that cartoon? That is fantastic.
Yeah, that's it was drawn by Jeff Hoppa, who I've known since the summer before 5th grade. Met him at summer camp, and then known him ever since. And he's now a freelance illustrator in New York. But he drew it. It's of himself and Arias and another friend from, I guess, 1st or 2nd grade, and Warren Casey and Tom Sackles, and we all, and myself, and we hung out in 10th grade a lot, and then Ari and Jeff both moved away, but we kept contact, and by senior year I moved away too, but still in the back of that senior yearbook is in cartoons.
That's great. We'll have to show that on the videotape. And I forgot to tell who you are.
Who I am.
Right, this is John Malloy Owen IV, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, John.
Hey, that's okay.
It's been a long time since I've done a formal interview.
Right, well I think most people that watch it will know.
Yeah, very good. Cartoon to which we referred in the SHS Sanderson High School. What's the name of the annual? The Lacanikas of 1981. That's Mallow and Hobbs and Airyhead and Jeff and Sack. Very cute. That's good. Okay.
Almost it. Carter, get out your junior.